Spirit Island looks perfect in photos. A tiny island, impossibly blue water, mountains on every side. But those photos hide the truth. You can't step foot on it. It's sacred Stoney Nakoda land, entry by invitation only. Today, we're taking a boat deep into Maligne Lake to get as close as we could, and what we found out there was something no photo could ever capture. And trust us, this is not what we expected.
After spending the last few days exploring the Rockies, today's adventure was taking us about an hour and a half south of Jasper towards Maligne Lake, and even the drive there felt like part of the experience. Towering mountains, endless forests, and the constant feeling that wildlife could appear at any moment. The deeper we drove into the wilderness, the more remote everything started to feel.
We've just driven from Jasper to Maligne Lake. We're going to be heading out on a boat cruise soon. It's really peaceful here this morning. It's super early, it's about 8 AM at the moment, but there's like no one around, so it's nice and quiet.
Arriving at Maligne Lake and standing here for the first time, it was somehow more impressive than we could have ever expected. The lake stretches for kilometres through the mountains, surrounded by towering peaks in almost every direction. Before the boat departure, we had a bit of time to walk around and really take it all in. And honestly, this place has a completely different atmosphere compared to some of the busier spots in the Rockies and on the Icefields Parkway. It feels quieter, calmer, almost untouched. Even just standing by the shoreline, watching the water move gently against the mountains felt surreal. One thing's for sure though, even though there are plenty of people about later in the morning, make sure to carry bear spray because you just don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time without it.
One thing to bear in mind is, even though we're here in July, in the summer it is still freezing cold. It's about 4 degrees at the moment, so wrap up warm. I do wish that noisy bird would shut up.
Yeah, and I'll be on the lookout for moose.
Okay.
And bears.
Yeah, I'd rather we didn't have a bear just sort of following us along, you know.
You haven't followed you. I mean, other people have gone up here, but what's happened?
I can only hope that he's had his breakfast already. This definitely feels like bear country.
Huh?
This definitely feels like bear country. Something's been here. I wonder what these footprints are. I'm going to tell myself that it's a moose footprint.
They're not bear tracks.
They're not.
No.
No.
It was more like a deer, caribou.
Before long, it was finally time to head down to the dock and board the boat.
Thank you. Cheers, mate. Hello.
This cruise to Spirit Island is one of the most popular experiences in Jasper, and as soon as we pulled away from the shore, it was easy to see why. The round trip takes around an hour and a half, giving you the chance to experience the scale of Maligne Lake from out on the water. And thankfully, we had two brilliant guides with us, Jack and Mitchell, who shared so much information about the area throughout the journey.
One of the most fascinating things they explained was how the forests here are recovering after the wildfires. At first glance, seeing burnt sections of the forest can feel quite emotional, quite harrowing. But nature here has its own way of rebuilding. Certain trees in the area actually rely on fire as part of their natural life cycle. As the pine cones open and fall, they spread seeds across the forest floor, helping the area slowly begin to reforest itself naturally. It was really interesting hearing this from the guides, how something that looks so destructive can also play an important role in the landscape recovering over time.
As we continued across the lake, the boat ride itself felt incredibly peaceful. The water was calm, the mountains reflected perfectly around us, and everywhere you looked felt like another postcard view. One thing we quickly realised is that photos never quite prepare you for the scale of this place. The mountains feel enormous when you're out in the middle of the lake, and with no roads, buildings or distractions around you, it almost feels completely untouched.
After a short journey, we reached the most famous spot on the lake, Spirit Island. Now, this is one of the most photographed locations in all of Canada, and honestly, standing there in person completely lives up to the hype. It's worth noting that you do only get around 15 minutes to explore the viewpoint area, and while that might not sound like long, the moment you step off the boat you immediately understand why people come here. The colour of the water, the tiny island surrounded by mountains, the silence, it almost doesn't feel real. It's one of those places where everyone naturally stops talking for a second just to take it all in. For the Stoney Nakoda First Nation, Spirit Island is considered a deeply sacred place, a site of spiritual significance and reflection within the Rockies. And out of respect for its cultural importance, visitors aren't allowed to step onto the island itself unless specifically invited by the community.
The way back up to the viewpoint is much harder than the way down to the bottom. It's very wet because we had a lot of rain last night.
But something that really reminded us how remote this place is, soon you could already see the next boat slowly appearing in the distance.
So a top tip would be to get on the first 9 a.m. cruise because it's already getting busy. The next cruise is just turning up now from the 9:30 slot, so it's definitely worth getting on that boat nice and early.
And suddenly you soon realise that for most people, this tiny viewpoint is only accessible for a short moment before heading back out across the lake again. It somehow made the experience feel even more special. Soon enough, it was time to board the boat again and begin the journey back. But on the return trip, the captain actually took a slightly different line across the lake, giving us a completely different perspective of the mountains and the shoreline. Somehow, it looked just as impressive coming back. The changing light, the reflections on the water, and the sheer scale of the landscape made it impossible to stop looking around. And surprisingly, that incredible blue-green colour actually comes from glaciers. As they grind against the surrounding rock, they create a fine sediment called rock flour that flows into the lake through glacial meltwater. When sunlight hits those particles, the vivid blues and greens reflect back, creating the most unreal colours the Rockies are famous for. And the closer you get towards the glaciers near Spirit Island, the more intense and emerald the water becomes.
Once you're back at the dock, there's the perfect opportunity for some retail therapy to grab yourself a decent souvenir, or if you're feeling peckish, head over to the Waffle Hut for a perfect post-cruise snack and coffee.
So, just finished up the Maligne Lake Spirit Island cruise. Definitely worth a check out if you're wanting to do something a bit different like that. One of the most photographed spots in Canada, so definitely a good shout. Bit of a drive from Jasper, but really quite scenic. Really interesting as well with the crew. It was really interesting to hear about the history of the indigenous people and also about the rituals that performed on the island. Heading back to Jasper now, so obviously go make the most of it before we head back to Banff.
It's now time to begin our drive back through the mountains towards Jasper. And if there's one thing we learned quickly in the Rockies, you always keep your eyes open for wildlife. Thankfully, we got lucky. Along the roadside, we spotted deer peacefully grazing and even a hoary marmot making an appearance. It really is moments like this that make the Rockies feel so wild and unpredictable. You genuinely never know what you might see around the next corner, so don't go driving too fast. By the time we arrived back in Jasper, we were definitely starting to feel peckish. So before jumping back on the ice-filled parkway, we made one very important stop at Nesta's Market in Jasper to grab some snacks for the ride. With Nesta's being proudly Canadian, at this point trying local snacks in Canada had become a key part of our trip. Even after only a short time in Jasper, it's easy to understand why so many people fall in love with this place. Surrounded by raw, rugged wilderness, it shares the same iconic Rockies beauty as Banff, but in a way that feels quieter, more personal, and deeply connected to nature. And despite everything the town has been through, the warmth and resilience of the locals left just as much of an impression on us as the scenery itself.
It is a beautiful day in downtown Jasper.
Okay guys, now it's time for our top tips.
Make sure to give yourself at least an hour before departure to explore the area around Maligne Lake properly. There are plenty of facilities, viewpoints and photo spots, but make sure to join the queue around 30 minutes before your boat time as it gets busy quickly.
Even with lots of people around, this is still true wilderness, so always carry bear spray. It's one of those things you hopefully never need, but definitely shouldn't rely on somebody else having.
Wear some sensible footwear. The paths around Spirit Island are well maintained, but there's still dirt trails with stairs and uneven sections. Trust us, this is not the place for heels or flip-flops.
If you want the quietest and most peaceful experience possible, aim for the 9 a.m. boat. Arriving early means fewer crowds, calmer conditions, and a much more personal feeling out on the lake and at Spirit Island.
If you're debating whether Maligne Lake is worth the drive, absolutely do it. Even with the return journey back towards Jasper, It's one of those places that completely justifies a detour. The untouched wilderness, fresh mountain air, and unforgettable views make it feel like a completely different side of the Rockies. Maligne Lake genuinely surprised us, and not because it's beautiful, because it's peaceful in a way that makes no sense for one of the most photographed places on earth. Being that close to Spirit Island, knowing you can't step onto it, knowing why, that actually made the whole experience more special, not less. Some places aren't meant to be conquered, just witnessed. And watching those forests slowly rebuild after the wildfires, that was the moment the Rockies stopped being just scenery. It's crazy to think that underneath all that beauty, there's a landscape still healing, and that's what makes it so special. Our Rockies adventure isn't over yet. Next time we're heading back to Banff, visiting some of the places along the Icefield Parkway that we missed on our way to Jasper. And trust us, you don't want to miss it. Hit subscribe so you're there when it drops.